Hey, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in this evening. Oh, one more down, guys. One more down. So, Mr. Lee, your Cobra 2000 is ready to go, big guy. We've got you all put back together. I figure we'll go through here and show you a few different things about it. Hey, I'm not sure who popped in there, but hello. Hopefully we'll get some comments going on there. Wait until we get a few more people pop in here real quick and we'll start the tutorial on this. Maybe we'll get more than one here. Maybe we'll get more than. Alrighty. So it looks like we just got one. Hello, hello. I'm not sure who that is, but good evening. Anyways, let's start with pieces and parts that we've taken out of this thing. So we've got a bag full of just leftover pieces and parts. Oh, it's Bruce. Okay. Hello, Bruce. Anyways, we've got your preamp that wasn't working. We've got that out of there. We've replaced your meters. Obviously, a sack full of capacitors and miscellaneous. You've got your old lens in there. It's kind of crappy. So we'll get that all pulled out. And hello to whoever else just popped in there. So anyways, this is what the final product wound up looking like. If you guys remember from some of the other ones, this was all corroded and rusted. We went ahead and sanded it down, got the corrosion off of it, stripped it completely and utterly apart, and replaced all the capacitors on the inside of that. Put that back together. We put heat sink compound in between the frequency counter and the main board itself to help draw some more of the heat away. I went ahead and straightened up all the wiring. Got that all taken care of, replaced quite a bit of wiring as well. We also replaced the main input wire that goes off of the power supply. We upgraded that to a little bit larger, and that's also Teflon now. Replaced some of the broken and removed parts as far as like the adjustment back there, that was removed. That's been taken care of. We did the tantalum swap as well as the regular electrolytics. Hey, you made it. Broken radio. So, yep, just wanted to kind of show you guys here a little bit on this. Mr. Lee, like I said, we went ahead and replaced all the wiring. I tried to use as close to the color codes as I had as far as for the original. We went ahead, like I said, replaced your main upgrade, or upgraded your main wire here as far as for your DC power. Got that taken care of, rebuilt that. Obviously we polished everything back up to where it's just like it's brand new. Installed your drum jack to also put you a ferrite bead on there, because I know you've got just a little bit of horsepower over there that you're going to be running with this. Bottom looks just as nice. As you can see, we cleaned everything as far as all the schmoo and goo off of everything. Then I went back and actually put a light seal coat over top of all the electronics to help with corrosion. Same thing with the steel. There again, as Luke Miller would call it, he calls it the Hawaiian Love. We went ahead and cleaned that off. Like I said, sealed the metal, not just the sides, the inside as well. Guess you can't call it what? Call it a broken radio anymore. No, you can't do that, big guy. Like I said, even the back, inside and out, everything's has a coat of clear on it. I left the original stickers on there. I tried to save and salvage as much of the originality of it as I could. Going back here to the face, I also went ahead, since I had the knobs and everything else off, we went back and I lightly cleaned and polished this, and actually put a mild clear coat over top of that. It is automotive clear, so you know you can rub on it a little bit, and it'll give you several years of good service. Just remember, you know, hold on to the top of the knobs mainly, and then that way you can keep your original faceplate still looking good. So replaced everything with the LEDs. So with that in mind, because of the fact that it doesn't have the heavy current draw, you're going to have a delay going from receive to transmit, but that's only with the light, as you can see. So beautiful new meters in there. It's one of the things that I love. Hello, check 1 2 1 2, audio. We got that all taken care of. Well, trying to think here what else to tell you about it. We did the hi-fi upgrade as far as on the receive. I know you were real partial to the preamp. That's the reason why I went back through some of the paperwork and schematics and made some modifications to the receive circuit to get you at least another S unit. Now you're gonna really notice it here, because now I did go ahead and set the meter based on what the original specs should be, where you've got so many neighbors that are close by. Standard signal 9 is going to show as a standard signal 9, even though it's a little bit more than that. So, but alrighty, I guess enough on that. I know what you're after, Mr. Lee, which is some numbers. So we got our 25 watt slug in 1X position here, 10 watt slug in RMS. I'll show you the variable here, which is also on the SWR calibration. And hold on to the microphone, talk, and keep it keyed up here. But you're going to be able to take it to 0, up to about 6 watts. So it should give you more than enough ample adjustments. The mic's laying on the table and I'm talking. That's what you're seeing. That's how sensitive this radio is. So let's turn up to watt. Hello, audio. Check 1 2, audio. So about 18 here on 20. Depending on where you're going to go at, it's a little bit better the further down you go, but I had to wideband it enough to where you could use all the channels. Hello, audio. So about 6.5 bird is what you're going to get out of this thing, where it's set at. You know, as I stated before too, we went ahead and replaced your output final. Since somebody had already modified the circuit to the MOSFET. The MOSFET was actually giving me some trouble, so I went ahead and replaced that. Now I did go ahead and replace that with one of the new ERF 2030 Plus, you know, which actually had great response in this particular radio. Tried 2 different ones, and this one actually worked out the best. It seemed to perform better in the 2000 than what the standard 520 did. So, like I said, we'll put that in there. And believe it or not, all your limiters are intact. Nothing's been cut out. Matter of fact, the audio adjustment here on this is only at 50%. Yeah. So, watch this, and I'm gonna breathe into the microphone. Hello, audio. So, like I said, this is super sensitive, mister. Super sensitive. As I showed you before, we used all green LEDs where everything was going to be green, standard white behind the on the air so that you have that nice clean orange, just like it should be. No, you can't call it broken anymore, big guy. So, Mr. Lee, I hope that everything is just as you wanted it. Like I said, we've got the transmit and the receive taken care of for you, where you're transmitting and receiving on the same exact frequency. We do have that aligned at the 12 o'clock mark. So, you know, this thing's been cooking for about 2 days off and on, just you know, cycling the capacitors and stuff. I did the final tune on it again just a couple of hours ago. So you're welcome, big guy. Like I said, I definitely want to make sure that you're happy, super happy with it. Like I said, I've sent you several pictures off and on the last couple of days with this. Like I said, I'm very, very pleased at how everything turned out. And by the way, believe it or not, putting that little jack in there was more of a feat than most people think. You know, I've only got maybe a 30 thousandths play in there. I even had to take the side screw right there and actually grind it down so that it didn't push into the jack. So whenever you go to use this, Lee, all you have to do is pull that out about halfway. It'll go ahead and automatically engage, and then you can use your stock microphone for AM. If you're using sideband, you can actually leave that in there because it doesn't use that portion of the circuit during sideband operation. So I'm going to go ahead and make you up your cable. So you're going to have standard 4-pin on this end, and then on the other end you'll have a 5-pin like this for your mic adapter that you're wanting. I assume 8 feet is going to be a plenty for you. If it's too long, let me know. I'm going to make that up tomorrow evening. So, all right, everybody, I appreciate it. Like I said, I wanted to kind of give Mr. Lee a, you know, shout out, let him see how everything's going. Here, let's go down on the lower channels here real quick. We'll do that. 26885. That's a pretty common channel around here. Hello, audio. You know, it's the only thing I don't like about these. I did wideband the CPO, and that actually helped me get a little bit more power as far as on the uppers and lowers. Hello, audio. So we're still going to see a good full 6 watts. Let's go up here. Channel 84. Hello, audio. So, still getting, like I said, still getting approximately 6 watts RMS all the way around. You do lose a little bit on the PEP, but like I said, you know, we tried to go ahead and wideband it to where you had the best on the overall. So, yep, we're back on the regular channels. So, it's up to you. I can send you a bag full of garbage back, but that's exactly what it is. You're just going to do the same thing I'm going to do. Oddly enough, there's almost 5 feet of wire that I've pulled out of this thing and replaced because of nicks, butt splices, just, yeah. So, but I wanted to kind of show you just how much, you know, how much actually came out of that thing. Like I said, even if you take the meters out of it, you know, all that crap. Yeesh. Oh, and that was your original plate in there, big guy. It just literally was deteriorating. You know, I tried to clean it up, and it just kept deteriorating. So, like I said, thankfully I have one in a donor radio that we replaced that with. And as we discussed before, you're going to see just a little bit of a glow because there's not much current draw on this once you shut it in the off position. Like I said, doesn't affect a single thing as far as the way it works. Has great receive and good bandwidth as far as on that. So yeah, it is definitely a bag of crap. No, keep it. All right, buddy. Yeah, I'm going to actually take I'm going to actually take and see if I can't get some, since I've got this one completely apart like it is, I'm going to see if I can't try to find somebody that will silkscreen plastic for me and see if I can't potentially recreate this. I've had a lot of people that have had calls for that, and I would love to be able to try to get that recreated. So I may send it over to a guy over there in Washington that I've been doing some business with here lately. So alrighty. Oh, another thing, like I said, as I stated, you know, went ahead and cleaned that up as well. Like I said, it's got a clear coat finish on it. And we even cleaned the top of your case. And as you can see, it's got a nice pretty shine to it. You know, I tried to make it just as close to original as I could without putting it back 100% stock, which that wouldn't be any fun now, would it? All right, everybody, I appreciate it. Like I said, Lee, I'll go ahead and get the tins put on this and get you taken care of. Make up the bill, make up your cable tomorrow, and we're going to call it good for the night, guys. I appreciate you watching. If you would, just hit the like and subscribe. We'd love to have you as one of our viewers. Thanks again, everyone.